I think people get desperate, and then you get into, I don't know if to say like animalistic, but like you start to get like crazy.
But animalistic, that would mean you're born with that nature.
Maybe, yeah. So maybe
are animals good or not? Because my cat is bad. No, he's a good
my
cat.
dog is good. I don't know.
I'm joking. Hey, welcome back to Two Little Wine Podcast with Jara
and Ashley.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Today tastes vinegary.
It tastes the same.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's not.
It is.
Last time we had you bought the little version of the big one?
No, I poured the big one.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
It tastes the same, like watered down. We're still drinking the low calorie wine.
That's healthy for us and doesn't give us a headache.
Yes, no sugar.
'Cause I'm back in school. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm stressed. Nursing school is no joke, but I'm alive and well.
Week 2?
Barely. Yeah, week 2.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot more weeks to go. But
only like
I feel like you're going to
10.
be able to see it like in the next coming weeks. But I'm still fine. Like energy is still high.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
Okay. Yeah, I've been good. I felt like January was flying by until last week.
What?
Yeah, until last week. Last week, the week felt like it was a month. So it's catching up.
I feel like January has been so slow. Like we still have we still have the end of this week.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Until last week, I felt like the month was going by fast, and then last week it caught up.
No, I'm the opposite. I feel like it's been going slow, and it's still slow. Like we still got things to go. Anywho, go on, facilitator.
What? Are people inherently good or inherently bad? That is the question of the day.
Do you want to go first?
Go ahead, say what you think.
I go back and forth on this because I think I tend to look at myself as a person first, right? And I think I'm inherently good, but not everyone is like you. And I feel like so many situations as of like lately in society, I feel like it has turned people, or maybe it never turned them. Maybe like they are just bad. I don't know. It's made me question. I feel like I've always thought people are inherently good. And then like there's situations that, can affect that to turn them the other way.
Different way. Yeah.
But I don't know. The more and more that things happen, I get jaded. I'm like, damn, are people good? I don't know. We're gonna discuss the situations today.
When I think about that, I think about myself, and I want to believe that people are good.
Right.
I believe that I am good. But when it depends what you think about. Like if you think about when you're born, are you born as a blank slate? There's people who say you're born with original sin, and then are you like taught to be good? Or are you born and you're good and then people teach you to be bad?
That's how I've always looked at it, actually. Like I don't think I've ever looked at it as a blank slate. I've always looked at it as like almost like optimist. Like you don't know anything, so like how can you be bad? But then you learn things, and that, I don't know, that steers you, and you either become a good person or bad. What does that mean? What is a good person?
Oh, it's all relative. What's good and what's bad.
Like a bad person, when I think of bad, I think of someone who is, I'm going to use adjectives, mean. To me, like bad, mean. Trying to make someone else suffer, or being a bad person is selfish. But then sometimes you can be selfish, and that's a good thing. I don't know.
I think when I think people are bad, I think of malicious.
Yes.
Like you're being...
trying to hurt someone.
Yeah, like you are looking to hurt someone. You're doing this and you don't care how it makes somebody else feel, in a sense of like, I know this is going to be hurtful to you and I don't care. Not like I know this might hurt you and I still need to do it because it's what I need, but like I'm going to do this and it's going to hurt you and I really don't care.
Okay, so then are you saying that if you're self-preserving, you're not bad? Because in that scenario, there was no self-preservation, that someone was just being malicious. Like
Right.
somebody like a serial killer is just out here killing people.
Yeah.
Right. But like if you're in a situation where it's either, what is it called? There's a name for this. There's a name for this. I looked it up. The trolley problem.
Okay.
Where
Yes.
someone, it's either saving one person or saving that you know and that you love,
Yeah.
or saving a bunch of strangers,
Yeah.
or same scenario, saving yourself, or saving like all these. Does the good person, Jesus, does he what does he do? I don't know.
Yeah.
A good person would.
I don't think that in that moment, like, I can't judge you for making one decision or another in that situation. Because I don't think that you're doing this of like, it's not out of malice, no de malicia. It's more of like humanness. But if I am going to walk up to you, I'm upset and I'm just going to like walk up to you and stab you because I'm pissed off and I need to like
think you're a fucking
get
bad
that
person.
off. Yeah, then you're a bad person. But if you're stuck between making a decision, two wrongs, or like it's like messed up either way, like I don't think that to make one decision or the other, like I can judge you and be like, oh, you're wrong for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that doesn't necessarily, just because they're doing a bad thing doesn't make them a bad person.
Yeah. But I think if you continuously do bad things, then
now my mind, so this is how my mind works. Now I'm just thinking about, you know how people be like badass kids. Like those are badass. The kids don't know no better.
yeah.
But they're intentionally, do you think that kids intentionally try to like cause havoc? No.
I think that adults don't have control and like
so
there's no order.
So being bad is taught in that scenario, or like being like, how do I say? Like you're attaching that. It's neither here nor there, but like the label, you're being labeled as that.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, I guess if it's a label, but it's so funny because honestly, it's one of those things that you can constantly go back and forth. You can argue either side. When I think about children, right, two thoughts come to my mind. One comes of like, okay, they come in, they don't know anything. Instinctively, if you think about like at like 2, when you're starting to communicate, or like even, I mean, we communicate before that age, but at 2, before you have like your full words to be able to like say, this is bothering me, I'm frustrated because of this, and blah 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 blah. If I want a toy and you have it, instinctively, naturally, you're gonna just grab it.
Yeah.
Whether that means I'm gonna hit you so that you know, like, I want this or that. Do I think that makes somebody bad? No.
Okay.
Right? If it works for you, then you're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Now this is an adult doing it.
Well, I'm still thinking about children, but
Okay.
yes. But yeah, as you go through like ages, now you're like 6 and it's always worked for you to hit someone and you get what you want. Then I think that then that becomes a habit. Like that becomes a behavior that you've attached to an outcome. That makes sense. But if you're like 2 and I hit you and like an adult comes and reprimands me and is like, no, like that's not how you get what you want. Now you're not going to get it. This is what you can do. And when they say like, say my turn or whatever the case might be, then I get it. Now that's what I'm always going to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So at
So
that
you
point,
think,
I think you're taught. You can be taught
so
either way.
In your opinion, like we're born a blank slate. There's no good or bad. Unless it's
when
malicious.
I think about it in this situation, yeah.
In that situation, yeah.
Yeah. But I have met like kids that are like, they will say like, I mean, oh, because I don't care. Like if you ask them why did they do something or what do they think about a situation and they're like, I don't care. I don't think that you're born and not caring about things. I think that
That's
over
learned
time you
behavior.
learn, like, maybe this person feels like their opinion doesn't matter. They don't have a voice. So then they become jaded into thinking like nobody cares about what I have to say, so I don't care about them.
I think that, yeah, when you put it like that, I think it's definitely learned. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of bad, in my opinion, when I view it, like when I see bad, it's a lot of self-preservation. Like people rather save themselves before saving someone else. In like, I don't know, big situations.
Go ahead. What's an example?
No,
I think context is relevant. Because
like if I'm in a okay, we're gonna go with this because I always give this example. If the world was ending and I was being attacked, so when COVID happened and everybody's going crazy for all the toilet paper and whatever, people don't care. People are bad. That's bad. When you're literally, you have all the means for everything and you're just taking it when you know other people need it and like can't survive without it. I've always said if there's an apocalypse situation, I'd rather just go. Like, I don't want to try to like suffer to survive because I don't want to, like, I feel like people are not gonna look out. Maybe they will, I don't know. For me, I feel like self-preservation is gonna take key and people are gonna try to save themselves and their family and their loved ones, and I'd rather not suffer. So take me, have all the supplies, take all the toilet paper because your girl doesn't want to live through this. I will gladly go.
I think that once we get to certain, like, when you get to that level, I think about like that movie with A Quiet Place. When you get to like those big, or that other movie where everybody's like trying to leave the city and they can't get out.
Yes. The movie that was on Netflix.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Nobody's gonna know.
No, I don't know the name. The one with the Airbnb house. Yes.
Okay.
The end of they're gonna know what we're talking about. Our viewers know, you know. The one that Obama directed or produced or whatever.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
So
the end of the
movie,
world, something like that. I don't know.
I think people get desperate and then you get into, I don't know if to say like animalistic, but like you start to get like crazy.
But animalistic, that would mean you're born with that nature.
Maybe, yeah. So maybe
are animals good or not? Because my cat is bad. No, he's a good
my
cat.
dog is good. I don't know.
I'm joking.
Because you got a cat.
No, but like seriously, I don't know. Maybe it's like it depends on like the society, the community, I always say like ignorance is bliss, but I'm like, wow, like to be ignorant again, like I feel like when you don't know, you're just like la la la, everybody's so nice and good. Yeah. And then you find things out and you're overloaded with so much information and you're like, damn, I don't think people are that good.
But to me, self-preservation is like, well, you can either believe people are good to preserve your own sanity, or you can think like everyone is bad, and then you can feel stressed out about that.
So would you, there's the movie Carry On, right? You watched it. So in the movie Carry On Netflix, the guy, he gets tapped in, he works TSA, he gets tapped in, and he's told to he finds out it's a bomb. Oh, spoiler alert, whatever. These people, I would call them terrorists. I don't know. These people that got a job to get done, they tell him to let this bag go through, and if he doesn't, they're gonna kill his girl, or he knows that the outcome of the situation of letting the bag go through, everybody on that plane dies. Right? He does his best to like resolve the situation with the least amount of
like with damage control.
Like at least people, but in the end, people die. Yeah. Bad things happen. What would you do in that scenario?
So I'm going to say what I would like to believe that I would do, because I don't know.
No, Ashley, it's happening right now. No, you have to play this game with me.
That's not realistic.
It is. All right. Different
Okay,
scenario.
If it were me, I would want to save the money.
Save the money.
Yes.
And your partner is gone.
Yes.
You don't love that man. I'm joking. See, you know what I would do?
What would you do, Jara?
I say, take me out. Take me out. I do anything to get taken out so that I am out of the situation.
That's crazy, because then they're going to take you out and they're just going to find somebody else.
I don't want to be
who has to make the decision.
irresponsible.
Yeah, no, I would like to believe that I would save the money. Because and that's one of those situations where I'm saying, like, I can't judge you or fault someone for choosing to save their loved one.
Yeah, no, we listen and we don't judge. This is, yeah.
You're a bad person. I'm judging. No. But yeah, so that's just what I would like to believe.
All right, another scenario, another one. What if it's your sibling? Are there some exceptions here? I'm saying this because this is an inside. Well, should we do the scenario that you said before?
Yeah, so I don't know if I've mentioned it before on the podcast.
I don't think
but
so.
Essentially, ethical dilemma. Your sibling comes knocking on your door in the middle of the night, and you open the door, they're frazzled, and you're like, what's going on? And they're just kind of like in a panic, right? So they're like, there was a incident at the gas station, somebody pushed me, I pushed them, and they fell, hit their head.
Gone.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
Right.
You're not a bad person.
Just left. I'm stressed. I came here. I didn't know what else to do. What do I do? And you tell them to chill out, go to sleep. In the morning, we'll resolve this. We'll figure it out. You turn on the news in the morning and somebody was arrested for the crime.
For the crime? Did you committed the crime?
Your
brother or your sister?
Well, yeah, because they
did it on accident.
Yes, it was
but somebody was committed.
So I had a time where I was going around asking everybody this question.
I remember this.
Yeah.
It was with my siblings too.
I asked your siblings. Yeah. That's crazy. Some of your siblings would not save you. No. But I think in that situation, I'm like, my first instinct is
so
like,
wait. The question is, right? Do you turn them in?
Yes, that's the question. Do you turn them in? Instinctive, like, I want to say no, but I also know myself, and I know my brother, and my brother's gonna be like, Ash, I can't live with this. Like, this is, and obviously there are so many missteps. Like, I've shared this with people, and they're like, no, we're going back to the scene, because why'd you come here? Now you, like, not considering all of those things. That's it. It's done. They're never gonna come back after you.
They're getting life.
Or whatever. I don't know if they're getting life.
We're just saying in the scenario, they're getting the worst of the worst.
Well, you know what's crazy, think, like, Ashley? Maybe they were a bad person, like, out doing things to people.
I feel like you asked this question. I'm going to go on a little tangent real quick. I'm sorry. So I feel like I love watching us back, because even from episode to episode, I question and I learn. It's something different about, like, watching yourself speak and like how your thoughts are flowing. And I guess I tracked a lot, but I learned from myself and I grow, right? I think you asked us this question like last year or at the early when we had like a cousins thing. Yeah,
maybe I asked your siblings in July. And so I must have asked you probably like in April or something like that.
And originally I said, we're just letting the person get convicted. We're just gonna, like, my siblings they're not going down for life. Like, that was an accident. Like, whoever, like, that's nobody's business. Like, and now I'd be like, nah, yo, we gotta turn you in, babes. Cause you know what? I feel like if I was that person, the same way that you said, if it was your brother would be like, I can't live like this, I wouldn't be able to live to put an innocent person away for something that you messed up. Like, or, I mean, you didn't intend to do it, but yeah, new me, well, like me now, would be like, damn, like, we got to turn you in.
Yeah. So I think, like, I personally am not turning them in, but I would probably encourage them to if they were not.
Yeah, you're not calling on the phone like, yo, it's my brother.
Right. No, yeah, but, like, if they're saying, like, no, like, all right, zip, I'm not
Damn.
gonna tell on them, but I would encourage them to like do what they had to do. So funny because I asked my grandmother this question, and older Dominican woman who is like family and loyalty, So I asked her, and literally her response to me was like, "Un hermano mío." Eso no son problema mío. That's not for me to go tell him. She said, that's not for me to go tell. And I asked her, I'm like, and what about Judgment Day? I think I did say this. And she's like, that's not for me to be judged on. I didn't do it.
That's not my judgment, even though I held it and I knew about it.
That wasn't for me. Like, that's for them.
Period. Grandma holds it down.
But I don't necessarily think that, like, again, I don't think that makes you a bad person if you made that choice.
If you made the choice, what if it's the family? Think about the other family.
Well, yeah. My first response was, I don't think it makes you a bad person.
It's good or bad. We're not talking about in the middle, Ashley. Stop.
Yeah, that's true.
Play the game. It's like Saw. This is like making me think about Saw.
I never watched those movies.
It's basically like a group of people that are not good people. So the Saw guy, the person who runs the show, he basically grabs these people who are doing like negative things in life. Like they're maybe self-preserving or whatever, but they're affecting lives of others. And so he brings them into the room. I think that's what I got out of the movie. And he puts them in this room in these games where they have to, the goal is, they don't know it, but they need to make it to the next level. You survive. If you don't make it past the next level, you die within there. They don't know that they need to work together, that they can all make it out alive if they just work together. But they are such maybe inherently bad people that they're like, I need to get out. It's me.
Or maybe the world has just like
jaded
proven
us
to them many times like that they can't trust other people if they've like been in a lot of situations where they've been let down.
I think that I was gonna say something really silly and like off topic. Should I say it?
Girl, you're leaving us. We're all suspect.
Don't judge me. We listen and we don't judge. I just like popped in my head when I think about like AI and technology, and they say the computer always says at the end in all the movies that like humanity is doing so much harm and destruction that they don't even like deserve to be here, and then boom, they get eliminated. It's like, do we become so jaded? So yeah, I guess, do we start good and end up bad?
Maybe.
I know it's not that cut and dry, but
yeah. Because I think about like, sometimes we see people, like for example, oh gosh, no, then I get like,
do it, say it.
When I start to think about like, I forgot his name, the guy with the glasses, Jeffrey Dahmer.
The pretty boy.
No. Isn't he the guy who would like chop people up?
I don't know these people.
Yeah.
Probably.
He was the guy. He was like a serial killer, and he would like chop people up and stuff. Like
eat your heart out, like Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah,
that's what. Yeah,
he was pretty good looking in the Netflix show.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. I'm just going, but yeah,
the cute guy. I'm like, he
was objectively attractive. Ashley.
I wasn't looking at him at all.
I wasn't either, but the masses say what the masses say. Anyways,
no, but point is like, I'm like, how does it get to that point?
But they said that he had a horrible upbringing.
Right. So like so horrible that you were good and then you turned bad, or so horrible that you were just never taught good. But
what about, right? So that's a good question. Yes. So like, what about like scientifically when they say like those traits like pass on to your offspring, like serial killers, right? Then they're born bad. They're born with that instinctiveness or that gene, whatever it makes. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
I have done research, but like that's what they say.
Yeah.
And I have to say this. I just hear a lot of things. I don't really know. Okay. I'm just passing on information that I heard. But they say that like a serial killer tendency. It's not that it's learned. It's because people can be adopted. And the child just ends up going that route because it's in their DNA for some, I don't know. That's what I heard.
Yeah, and I mean, like, same thing goes for like addiction.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Like those things can run in your family.
And then you're born bad.
Well, then
Actually,
I mean that's the same thing as like generational trauma.
we should ask ChatGPT.
Are you born good or bad?
Hmm.
I don't think ChatGPT would give a straight answer.
What's the new system that we're using?
Yeah, apparently ChatGPT is not
It's
it.
no longer, guys. Get with the program.
But those things, I think that they would all like say like that's a good question
Yeah.
and give both sides. Because I think you also have to put into like cultural context.
Yeah. Like what is appropriate for the community that you
That you're in.
I feel
social
like
norms.
yeah, I feel like the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because it's so heavy on my mind right
Mhm.
now. It just is.
Well, yeah,
in the world
I mean,
that
there's
we
a
live
lot of
in.
things happening in the world that are just like
Like, dang.
make you kind of question humanity of like
Morality, who people are. Yeah.
But then, okay, so then that's the same thing. I think it goes back to like self-preservation. Are your morals because you think they're good?
Does it look like I have a big shoulder?
I don't know.
Sorry. Sorry. Anyways,
Jara wants to make it clear it's a sweater. It's not
it's
her
a sweater.
shoulder.
I'm not broad, guys. I'm a little bit broad because I lift. But all right, back on topic.
I'm crying. But like, I forgot what I was
The
saying.
morality.
Dang.
You were talking about morality.
Yes, but specifically like, if you, like, okay, so your morals, are they just for you?
Or for
Or
the collective.
are they what you hold? Like, do you hold the collective up to those moral standards? Personally, I feel like I hold the collective up to those moral standards, but I will say that I'm constantly let down. I'm constantly let down, which makes me really sad. As the collective as a whole, like, not necessarily my
circle. You mean just like the bigger things?
Yes.
Yeah, I agreed. But I'm okay with being let down because I'd rather be true to myself than to like do something out of character because like self-preservation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think that's a unique aspect. I feel like not a lot of people hold that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I've just been jaded.
I don't know.
I feel like too yes and no. Okay. I'm gonna say this like not with full, confidence that I mean everything I say. I might change my opinion next week when I rewatch myself speak. But I think that like your job, right, when you are in a path where you're affecting people, like you can easily be a good person or bad person in my opinion. Like you could have like your job can change like make
I
you
can have
shift.
a positive effect.
Like you can choose to have a career and like a career that positively affects people, and then you can like choose a career that is gonna negatively impact people, but it's prosperous for yourself.
What do you like? Specific example. I mean, because I think about like, okay, I'll think about like when we think about like law enforcement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
a perfect scenario.
That was not created to be bad for the people, but there have been many situations where actions of law enforcement or whatever may have negatively impacted innocent people. But I don't necessarily think that any one profession was, unless you're like an assassin. I don't think something was made to be bad for people. I think things were made with good intentions. Like systems were created. Well, no, let's not get into that because that's not true. But I think overall, like,
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of other jobs.
I'm just thinking about like something so silly and so minuscule. But I remember like working in sales, and the end result of the sale was just to make money. Like the goal was to help people. I'm putting that in quotations. But it was really to pocket because we were taking advantage of underprivileged
okay.
people, but it was being like twisted
But
in
like
a way, in a pretty bow. Like, this is for you, specifically for you, so you can be like everyone else. But we were taking advantage of them.
Okay, no,
And it was something so silly as selling phones.
Yeah.
But like, we were offering like these binding contracts of no interest and no credit check to people that wanted to have the latest iPhone that we knew could not afford it. But you know, everybody has to make money. Like, that was a time that I was like, I could not be in this, because morally it was not right. It didn't feel right, even though like the company, like, we were prospering because of it. So I don't know. I guess I'm trying to say, like, I think that there's like, you can choose. I don't think there's a blank slate.
I agree.
Like,
I totally. Now I understand more of like what you mean, in a sense of like, if you don't believe in this product and you don't believe in the way that something is being sold, so in the contract, if you're like, I personally would not sign this contract, or I wouldn't advise someone that I really care about to sign this contract, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna do it to a stranger. Like, you know what I mean? So that I can understand, and I think that that is part of being in a good person.
Yeah.
To have some sort of morals. Maybe being a good person is standing by your morals.
Yes.
But maybe people have morals that we don't agree with. So
yes. Also, I think that like, at least from my perspective, it has shifted to, it's easier to just go with everyone else than, or do what everyone else is doing, then you make the hard decision to be good no matter what. Yeah. Right? To make the right decision no matter what.
So I was like, because I saw someone post. Did you watch Wicked, right?
Yes.
So I saw someone post, like, you know, most people think that they're the alphabas of the world, that they're the alphabet, but most people are really Glinda,
yeah.
Who, she's not. I don't think she's a bad person. I just think that it takes a certain amount of like this courage and like to really stand up and against and stand out.
Yes.
On for what you believe, whether that means that everyone else in a whole town is literally like ostracizing you. And in that, you can see Galinda in a sense of like, it's not because you don't empathize and you don't feel for this person and you're like, oh, like almost like I wish I had that kind of courage. Yeah. It's admirable. But
she didn't she didn't help. Like, she didn't take the courage. She was sad about it. At least from what I saw.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, she could have gone with her.
Done more, yeah. She could
have done more.
Yes.
But that's what I mean. Yeah. Like, that, I don't think that makes her a bad person for not doing it. I don't think that we're all there.
You think there's levels?
Yeah, I don't think that we're all there. Because even in, like, situational, like, sometimes I think about at work, like, in certain situations, at work, in almost any situation, I don't care to stand alone. Like, if it's doing what's right, if we're doing what's right by the community and by like what's needed,
versus going with the collective,
right? Or just because it's inconveniencing somebody else or for whatever reason, you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with standing up for somebody. But when you think about like maybe in other situations, just not as easy. You know what I mean?
So maybe because I'm just thinking about myself, right? And like the decision I made with my siblings to now, right? And then just everything we talked about. This is real time thoughts. Yeah. Maybe I was just bad because I was ignorant and I wasn't so confident.
But does that make you bad?
Maybe.
Because I guess
and
bad
you have
is
to
relative.
choose, because you have to choose. You have to like have that confidence and have that. I don't care what everybody else is doing. This is what's right. Like, you have to have that. I didn't have that before. I can say in my life, I feel like I have slowly leveled up. There's levels. So maybe I wasn't necessarily good before.
I don't think that it necessarily made you bad. I just think that I think that we each have opportunities to develop and grow. And like, you can either choose to step out in courage and take it and do it. And like, I'm going to keep pushing even though it's uncomfortable, or you could not. And I don't think it makes you bad. I don't think that it means that you won't have the opportunity.
You're such a gray area person.
Because I don't think that things are black and white.
I believe.
But overall, I do think that you're bad if you have malicious intent.
Yeah, like if you're trying to hurt people. Yeah.
Yes, if you are intentionally hurting people. If your intention is to hurt people. In those situations, your intention is not to hurt. Bye.
All right, we're going to wrap this up.
I hate that excuse. Go to therapy.
Number 1.
No, but I don't know. What do y'all think? Do you think people are inherently good, inherently bad? Do you think it's black and white?
Are you in the middle?
Yeah. Are you born good? Do you learn to be good?
Are you born bad and learn? Yeah.
Or learn? Yeah, and learn. Are you born bad and learn to be good?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Let us know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for watching us. We're gonna we need to start saying like our video, subscribe, comment, follow us on Instagram. TikTok is back
at Two Little Wine Podcast. And we will see you next Tuesday.
Cheers.
My favorite line.